Alright guys, since this was requested on the BioWare social site, I decided to post up a video on how to create Artemis Entreri on Dragon Age 2. Enjoy. Alright, getting started here. The weapons I got for him are Shard of the Fallen and the Koteri Shiv. The Shard of the Fallen is a great weapon for him because it's a close design to his vampiric dagger. Not only that, it also gives him a chance to regenerate health, otherwise leeches life off of enemies. The Koteri Shiv is a really good weapon for him because it looks a lot like the Shaorin's Claw. You know, there's not much of which you can do with the dual wielding on this game unless you mod and get a long sword, but from what I know, the animations don't work out with that. This is a great long-range weapon for him. It's called the Jackal's Longbow. He's a really good archer in the books, so this works out pretty well for him. It's amazingly powerful. The gloves of the champion I got. I wasn't really feeling all of the champion armor on this game, but the gloves of the champion I was drawn towards because they're like blood red, and for him to hold Shaorin's Claw, he has to wear these red gloves, at least one. So these are a pretty good depiction of the protection he wears to wield Shaorin's Claw. The Dragonhide mantle is actually pretty hard to come by, but there's other armor on the game that looks similar to this. It's just not going to give you the defense or the critical damage chance that this gives you. This is just an excellent piece of armor, and it suits him pretty well. The boots are, it's really up to you what you want to do with the boots. I went with something leather, but subtle. Nothing too flashy here. This is pretty cool right here, the helm of the champion. Not many RPG games ever have a hood on them, so for this one to have it, it's pretty neat, and it works out pretty well. I think it's downright amazing. These items are pretty important. You won't get most of these unless you have the DLC or have a lot. Well, you probably still need the DLC, but you need to have a lot of money to buy at least these two right here. They give him immunity to flanking, which is very important for Artemis Entreri to succeed on this game. He is the best assassin in Faerun, so gotta give him justice there. Now I'm going to show you guys how I created him, so just bear with me here. The preset's pretty important because if you change the preset from that, he most likely winds up with a beard. I'm not wanting to test that out. I worked pretty hard on that face. I'd rather not do it again, but definitely stick with that preset and pick that preset before you do any of the details on the other traits of Artemis Entreri. Here's his skin complexion and such. No tattoos. He really doesn't need them. If they had earrings or jewelry, just one earring to put in his ear, that'd be great, but stick to this. The hair is subject to change. It's fluctuated for me throughout the game. Just recently I decided to go with this hairstyle right here. It's pretty similar to his Baldur's Gate appearance. Another hairstyle that looks really good is this one. I stuck with this for most of the game. Nothing too long, but nothing too short. Looks good, but it's up to you guys what you want, but I would definitely prefer this one or the one I have currently. Artemis looks funny with a monk hairstyle. I just go with the close shave appearance. It's not that hard to figure out. Just make sure you stick with the close shave. You can take the beard off if you like. But other than that, probably should stick to that formula here. The eyes are a big pet peeve of mine on this game. It's really hard to tell what eye color there is to choose from besides, you know, the obvious blues and obvious greens. They really don't give you much help when it comes to picking gray eyes, for instance. Like even this you would think is gray, but up close is actually blue, so what a terrible thing that is. So I just wound up sticking with the brown eyes. Other than that, you should probably stick to this formula. It's worked out pretty well. It resembles him a great deal. The nose should definitely be arched if you're going to make Artemis Entreri. So this formula is ideal for the right nose, but you guys can change it if you find something wrong. I think it looks pretty good. Make sure you've seen all that. Mouth's not that much of a big deal and not too hard to figure out. This is very important. The cheeks for Artemis Entreri are actually, he's a very striking person. His cheeks actually add to his striking appearance, but you don't want him to look too much like a model, so you should definitely stick to this formula. But he needs to have striking cheekbones. But try to stick to this formula if you want Artemis to come out correctly. I'm not sure what neck thickness does on this game. From what I've seen, I think it makes him more muscular slightly, but it's a pretty useless thing. Other than that, that should be it. The portrait's all you. The portrait is for you guys to customize to your own liking. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this post of Artemis Entreri, and good luck.